Hello everyone, it's NotaNoobPat. Welcome to Perk Review. Today we're taking a look at the level 35 Bubba Perk, BBQ and Chilli. This perk allows you to see all survivors' auras for 4 seconds after a hook, so long as they are not in a locker or within 40 meters of that hook. You might be like, well, it only works if you see the auras, and that's not exactly true, because you've either interrupted what survivors are doing by making them jump into a locker, or you know that a survivor is within 40 meters of the hook, which means you can try to find them. So, this perk even works when it doesn't work. Then, if that wasn't good enough, at Tier 3, you get a 25% blood boost at the end of each game for every survivor you hook at least once. Therefore, if you hook all survivors once, you get a 100% blood point bonus at the end of the game, which is amazing. The cons are that survivors have to be more than 40 meters away for the aura portion of this perk to work. That is a bit far, but as I mentioned, this is not that bad in the end. Furthermore, survivors may figure out that you are using this perk midway through the game if you are constantly running over to them immediately after you hook their teammates, but again, you're still interrupting what they're doing by making them have to go hop in a locker. Let's get into our demonstration. Here, you can see that I can hook a survivor, and I'm able to see the aura of the other survivor who is more than 40 meters away for 4 seconds. Now, I'm going to demonstrate this again, but this time a survivor is going to be on a generator. It can be tough to see this at first because of the red on red, but you get used to this over time with this perk, and it will allow you to be able to rush over to that survivor while the generator is being repaired. Now let's get into our examples, and I have a ton for this perk since I use it virtually every game. Here, I hook a survivor and I can see Jane healing from across the map. This allows me to chainsaw over there with the hillbilly and hit her down. Again, I get 2 hooks in a very short period of time here because of this perk. Next, BBQ allows me to see that Bill is going for the unhook. I have a choice to decide if I want to tunnel the survivor who just got unhooked, but with Make Your Choice, I decide that I'm going to chase after Bill instead, and I'm able to hit him down. In this case, I have successfully chained 3 hooks together in the span of less than a minute, all due to this perk. Next, we have an example of when a survivor knows that the killer has BBQ, and them trying to get into a locker to avoid being seen. So sometime during this game, Nia figured out that I have this perk active, and in anticipation of the hatch opening when her teammate dies on hook, she goes all the way to the basement lockers for maximum security. Fortunately, I get a little peek of her going into the locker, which allows me to locate her and hook her before she can find the hatch. Now, this is a great strategy for survivors who want to avoid being seen by this perk, and it happens at the end of red rank games quite frequently. Sometimes you can still get a good glimpse of them, like in this example, and negate a survivor's smart tactics. Now this is another perfect example that involves 2 survivors left in the hatch. I hook the second to last survivor and they choose to sacrifice themselves so their teammate can find the hatch. BBQ allows me to see what general direction this survivor is going, and I look in a nook that I wouldn't have looked in otherwise. Now this example is awesome on its own, but it is even better when you realize that this survivor knew where the hatch was and was going to hide next to it and wait until they could escape. I didn't know where the hatch was prior to shutting it, but BBQ gave me a good idea of which direction the survivor was going, and I was able to shut the hatch. Here, you can also see the massive blood point boost that you get when using BBQ in an offering. Again, you can expect to get huge blood point drops with this perk. For our final example, you can see how awesome BBQ and Chilli is for slugging as well. Here, I hit down Claudette, and then I make my way over to finish Bill off. I found him using the perk Surveillance, so if you want to check that perk out, the link is in the description. Anyways, when I hook Bill, I can see where Claudette is. It would have been difficult to find her without BBQ, and I prevent her from getting the hatch because I can see her aura and can run right over to her. So, let's give it a grade. BBQ and Chilli is a 9.5 out of 10. It is an almost flawless elite perk. I feel that this perk is borderline essential at purple and red ranks, but you should use it regardless because not only is the aura ability amazing because it leads to back-to-back hooks, this perk also works when it doesn't, as I mentioned before. If you can't see the survivor's auras after you hook someone, this means that the survivors had to either stop what they were doing and jump in a locker, or they are within a 40-meter range so you can easily find them. Finally, this perk has an amazing blood point boost that can easily see you get 30 to 60,000 blood points each game. You don't have to play spectacularly, You don't even have to bring a blood point offering. You're gonna get a lot of blood points. You should use this perk. It's just that simple. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like. If you want to check out more perk reviews, visit my channel and make sure to subscribe. Take it easy.